And welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3. It's been a while since I played last, and as we played as France, I believe that was version 5 point something, possibly, I don't know. But now it's the new version, 8.1, I think. And so we voted, and with 60% of the votes, Napoleon Total War 3 won. So it outclassed anything. Nothing even came close, really, to the amount of votes. And it kind of held 60% for quite a long time. I think it sort of slightly dipped down to 59, but then sort of kept around 60. Anyways, let's go ahead and pick our nation. So, campaigns of the coalition. So this time, since I've already done France, we're not going to do France again. We're going to do one of the enemies of France. And I've already tested this out a bit, and you might already have noticed what I am going to choose. Well, probably because of the thumbnail and title and so forth. But I'm actually going to play as Austria. So we're going to play as the Austrians here, the Kaiser. So yeah, set the historical. So for the differences, I mean, my Napoleon Total War 3 with France was quite extensive, since I took over most of Europe, or I defeated most of the coalition nations. I can't exactly remember what I did, if I ever invaded England, but I remember fighting in Russia. Anyway, so this time around, not entirely sure how the campaign will go, since we're going directly towards France. So we're right at the crosshairs here, fighting back and forth. Interestingly enough, we have two fronts going through towards France. See if we can get Prussia to join us and so forth. But let's go into the campaign before we talk too much. So, campaign difficulty. Draw it full, battles the same. Let's go ahead and start. Let's tear down that rascal Bonaparte and show him who's the boss in Europe.
Napoleon has shown no respect for the sovereignty of the independent Italian states.
No respect whatsoever. God. What a bastard. Liberate Bavaria. Sounds good. Capture the city of Munich. Once proud member of the Holy Roman Empire, the state of Bavaria and Württemberg has fallen under the sway of the French. And the insolent pair of you, Napoleon Bonaparte. We must fight for the liberation of our fellow Germans and bring them back into the fold of the Austrian Empire. Reward: the Bavarians will be forced to pay 2,000 gold coins for their defiance of the Austrian Empire. It says what did it say? Like liberate Bavaria, and then for the liberation of Bavaria, they're gonna be forced to pay us 2,000. Doesn't really sound like liberation to me, but right. So that's we've got right there, and then the second mission here: reorganize the Austrian army. Highly needed. Army, corps organization, treasury, the Hofkriegsrat. The Hofkriegsrat in Vienna is the highest command agency in the Austrian army. Emperor Francis has replaced Archduke Charles with General Mack as chief of the Quartermaster General Staff to reorganize the Austrian army. This makes General Mack the de facto commander of the army in Germany, who must deal with a new French threat. So I believe we've got Mack right there on the front lines. Archduke Charles might be a bit peeved the fact that he lost that. Where have they put him? Let's see. Maybe they put him down here. This is someone else. Österreich. Karl. What do we have here? Archduke Johann. I gather there's probably quite a lot of archdukes. Before we go ahead and think anything about defeating the French down in Italy, or punching the Bavarians over the head. We need to reorganize the empire in terms of economics. So one thing that I noticed is there's no roads anywhere. Well, I think this would count as officially made roads. So there's probably like cow paths in sort of animal tracks and stuff all around the empire, but can't march an army on that, can you? And then we have a few areas like this one, which currently holds nothing. So I think, if I remember correctly, most of the outlying regions, I don't know if we actually need a barracks in Croatia, but maybe we get specific Croatian units from here. So I guess we'll keep it for now. So what we need is money. So we're gonna build a market, and then I think we have a similar place in Transylvania, so we'll build a market over there as well. There's a few other cheap things we can build up to get a bit of extra cash. This is probably going to be needed. Supply depot in the front lines. Could definitely do with a theater up here. This region is probably not too happy, and then we'll move down to the center of learning and culture, and move Lernen und des Kulturen. Let's see, what was I gonna need? Army Corps organization, was that the one that I was supposed to? Army Corps, oh, yes, 12 turns. I guess 8 for classical economics. But I think we'll do that, and we'll get that little bit of extra cash. We've got 3,000 left. Let's just keep something in case shit goes absolutely bonkers and we need a bit of extra cash. So let's send a spy. Spying here in Italy. Right, so we've got the Italians situated right there. We've got our army, Karl von Österreich. With his army, he's gonna be boosted though. I'm gonna send in... How much can these guys stand to lose in terms of repression? 2 of these units could be sent to aid him. Not really sure what the difference is. This one has a chevron on it. German. Okay, so this is... Okay, no, the difference is this is an Hungarian regiment, and this is a German one. I guess we'll keep the German one, and we'll send the Hungarians together with the Hussars, and then we should be ready to strike down in Italy through here. Not entirely sure if we need this supply depot over here, because hopefully once we've taken the Austrians or the Bavarians, we don't really... I don't see me moving a lot of troops back and forth through here. Also, having a barracks here seems also quite foolish. I think this region will probably suit better for earning cash. Cold hard cash. Could be a mistake that I'm turning this region around, but I don't think so. Not any special troops, I imagine, up in this region. Yes, Tyrolen Landschützen, but that's a militia unit. Jägerkompanie, Tyrolen Scharfschützen. Are they any good? 27 accuracy. No, 27, 24. How is that compared to a normal unit? That's quite good. 10 extra points. I wonder though, I'll probably be able to... Yeah, these Jaeger Company has 32 accuracy. However, these guys were... No, there's still... No, yeah, 104. They're not that good, actually. Right, so... let's see. This area is a bit upset. So, we're not going to move out... We're actually going to move out the howitzer. I don't think the howitzer needed to keep down the populace in this region. We're building them a theater, so entertainment will be fine. religious unrest, because there's quite a lot of Protestants here. 60% to be. Right, so let's have Carl Philip move in on Bavarian territory. And then have Ferdinand von Österreich. He will move up and join Karl Mack on the attack on Bavaria. And then depending how this goes, if this goes well, I'm thinking we're going to move most of these down to support a continuous attack towards the Italians and make a breakthrough here. So I think for this... Oh yes, the Navy as well. Yes, we have a port here. We're going to build it into a trade port. I don't see us fighting a lot, so I'm contemplating just turning this into a trade port as well, just to secure as many trade opportunities as possible with as many nations as possible. And then our navy, we've got a merchant ship. You can have 2 of those, so we'll see about recruiting another one. And the closest best is spice, I believe. So if we're going to trade, spice is 30. Obviously, it would be the best would be ivory, but that's a little bit too close to France to get ivory. And I think those are, looks like that is already controlled by Spain. And yeah, going out of into this region would obviously come close to the French Navy. And the only thing that's worse than the French Navy is the Austrian Navy. So, I mean, I only have 2 ships, so that's not going to be a mighty task for the French to overcome. Let's see, what else is there? Yes, diplomacy, I guess, will go through. So, Ottoman Empire. We're not going to trade with you just yet. We're going to trade... Well, we're allied and we're trading with Sweden, which is good. We've got Saxons. We're going to trade with them. Very good, since we got a land route there. And then, let's see, who would we benefit the most of trading with? So we've got Kingdom of Sicily, Denmark, Mecklenburg. I don't think the top regions here, trade towards that region is likely to be attacked by the French. I think we're going for support, really, in Italy. So we can't... Well, the Pope is probably not going to go in or join our side. However, we could go for Naples, which is allied with the Kingdom of Sicily. So those two are allied with each other. So that could be... How about Sicily? I think Sicily has some interesting wares, don't they have? Like wine or something like that down there. So that probably be some good trade coming through there. Yeah, they've got some wine, but most of Italy got wine, so... Maybe Naples had the... It looks to have a bigger port. No, it's the same. It's a bigger town in Naples. Right, with this set up and everything done, I mean, I could give some money to try to influence the Prussians to try and join us, even though there is a historical grievance in between the 2 nations. I think we'll go ahead and start this episode by dealing with this, and then to not make this first one too long, I think we'll just hold it at this. So, given the fact that I outnumber this army quite heavily, it should be quite the cakewalk, shouldn't it? And he actually stands to fight us, and we outnumber him by at least 1,000 men. What he has, though, is a really strong unit there with the cuirassiers. And, well, he's got grenadiers and then some veteran units. So pretty strong units here. So we'll see how this goes. Let's go ahead and fight this battle. Right, and so here we are on the battlefield, looking over on the other side. We've got the Frenchies, got their cannons, and so forth. I imagine the other line infantry unit is on either side of that one. Terrain-wise, I mean, if I place my cannon on this side, there's forest and stuff, and I would have to move quite a bit to actually be able to lay some good shots down on them. And saying this sort of hilly terrain right there is stopping me from firing. So I think what we'll do is we'll march the cannon out there and flank fire towards them. And then I mean the big thing in this mod is of course moving in column. But we're not really that far away to warrant us moving around in column. So what we're going to do, we'll put the sort of the normalish units up front, and then we'll have 2 elite units in the back, ready to back those guys up. The general right there. Oh, it is Archduke Charles. He did have a lot of stars. We've got a massive hussar unit. But I don't know how well they will go against going straight against the cuirassier is not going to go that well. And then we match these guys up. Selected unit, and boom, there we're off. Let's go ahead and start marching up. Get the cannons out there. I want the hussar to try and move sneaky around there, and you will go sneaky around the forest over there. So let's go ahead and see what. Well, let's see what the enemy does first. Hopefully they'll just hold here for a while. They have limbered the cannon, so they will be firing at us. Hopefully. Looking at this, they might be firing at their own troops first. Let's look at what I actually got. So, these were the Hungarians that I sent in. I sent them up from... What did I tell... Oh, sounds like a cavalry charge. Kind of-ish. So we've got the Hungarian troops. Next to them we've got... Doesn't really say what these are, but it's a special unit apparently. Number 51, Splidny. And then out on the flank we've got the Alvinci regiment, number 19. Alvinci was that general that Napoleon first faced down in his Italian campaign. Oh, looks like I'm not entirely sure where they're going, but the general needs to come back. The cannon needs to stop, and the hussars need to face the enemy. Ah, shit, they're going for my cannons, aren't they? Possibly. They're spread out all over the place. I mean, this is not going to be an effective charge. We're gonna have to stop them before they reach my cannons. Oh! We managed to kill 14 of them before we even contacted. But they have now reached my cannons.
Our men
no!
are running, sir.
My cannons. Oh shit, are they going for my general? My hussars are chasing them though. Chasing them straight in the Hungarian reserve, which is opening fire. The hussars, I mean the cuirassiers, don't have enough to actually break through the line, and they're now caught in between my hussars and the line infantry, which means that my hussars, Regiment number 1, Kaiser Franz, has utterly slaughtered them. They did so with my cannon, my beautiful cannon. Right. We're gonna have to continue advance without the cannon. Not that it's gonna be that much of a problem now, because that really was their strongest unit, I should say, for the French. I'm surprised that we haven't actually received any fire as of yet. And looking through more of our units, we have some Hungarian Grenadiers marching strong. And to the next of them, we've got Croatian Grenzer Infantry, commanded by Josip Vukalsovic. I'm not entirely sure. It's a Croatian guy, anyways. Right, so the French, they're just sitting there right now, not doing anything. Have they even fired? I guess they're just gonna sit here for a while. I guess they'll be more active in the bigger battles when they actually got some troops to maneuver around. We'll continue to move the hussars to a position behind the enemy. I will continue to advance against the enemy for as long. I think the grenadiers will actually take this guy's place, so they will move out onto the side there. These guys will stay in the back, and then we have the general moving on to the road. I wonder if we'll notice here kind of the line moving quicker on the road. It's sort of the front part of the line is sort of moving away from the back one. Not really, but I guess they want to keep information. Let's see, we're soon within fire range and we'll be able to lay fire down on the Frenchies. With the general in right at the front. I'm not entirely sure, didn't they have more line infantry there? Is it hiding in the forest? I'm not sure. Okay, we're gonna be right now. I am quite concerned with the mental stability of the French army, because I've almost walked straight onto them and they have not responded yet. And I'm also kind of missing one unit, the Grenadier unit. Oh wait, they're both these units are merged inside one another. So there's a Grenadier unit there and a whatever it is called. And they're actually shooting each other, I think. Yes, they're shooting each other. And they're shooting some of their own cannon crew as well. We're not losing. They're firing for these guys, which have so far lost one guy. I think we can get even closer. Oh, they're about to kill their own cannons. How splendid. Right, halt. And then I want the Grenadiers to move onto the side. And these guys, tell them to open fire. Boom. They all just shot at that one guy. And the French decide to melee charge. Let's try not to shoot our own men by marching up on the flanks here. Let's bring the general forwards, and the enemy is broken. Let's call the melee charge. And let's send in the hussars to deal with the general and get rid of all these Frenchies. Frenchmen are retreating. And the general is retreating as well. Hold your fire.
Glorious victory, sir.
Continuously.
Is soon to be yours.
March forward. Oh. Jean-André Messina has fallen to our forces. Continue with the general advance towards the enemy. And let's see about getting those that cannon crew over there. So I was expecting this to go easy, but not this easy. I mean, there was basically no resistance put up against us at all. But I think if I recall correctly from last time, it takes the AI quite a while to actually sort of shift into gear, which what I should have done is sort of off camera just sat there for a while waiting for the enemy to kind of respond to us, and then once they had responded, that is when I sort of started fighting them and sort of start the video, because I guess that is why they were being so passive. And so, I mean, they moved a little bit with the horsemen and the cannons. They opened fire on us a bit, but wasn't very they didn't go particularly well for them. So hopefully this is just a sort of, this is a fluke. We'll have harder battles. Still close victory, which I'm surprised that they even say close victory. We didn't lose that many men compared to what the enemy lost, but I guess that's that. So let's go on, take a look at the statistics, and back to the campaign map, shall we? Right, there we have it. Victory. So we only lost 152 men compared to the enemy, which almost lost everyone. Only about 50 of them, 47, managed to get away. We even got a chevron for the hussars. So quite a spectacular victory here. Most of the kills goes to the Austrian hussars, the Streifkorps, and the Hungarian grenadiers. Most lost on our side goes to the infantry regiment. I'm not entirely sure if that was the one that was charged. I don't think so. It's well, not by the cavalry, but I guess straight on by the enemy infantry. So there we have that. Oh, the cannon actually survived. Our cannon sadly did not survive. With this, I think we're actually going to end it right here, even though I've got it set up for a second battle against the Bavarians, but we'll start up the next episode with that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully this will be the start of a great campaign as the great kingdom of Austria. And as I always say, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!